happens is that as you come into understanding the purpose, then you realize that just as the sperm was in competition with others, you realize you're in competition with others who come to this sense of purpose and meaning. So God said, not only to each is the goal to which the Lord turns it. And God says, Estebekun karad. Then compete as if in a race. But that competition is not necessarily those outside of you. Esta means compete with your own self. Compete to be the best that you can be. Finding your purpose and fulfilling your purpose in the plan of God. That's what all of us got to do. If you're still looking for your purpose, looking for you, and then how to, you can't fulfill it. You still wondering what you're going to do tomorrow, what you're going to do next week. No. So once you come into that sense of purpose and meaning, God said to you again, he says, Laysa lil-insana illa ma sa'a. There's nothing for the human being except what he makes effort for, what he strives for. Laysa lil-insana illa ma sa'a. Sa'a means that you using every part of your being to reach your goal. And the fruit of his striving will soon be realized. You're raw. You will soon see what you were striving for. It will come into a manifestation. But now, if you ain't striving for nothing, you can go all your life. Some people go all their life and never find this sense of purpose and meaning. The question is, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has called us to al-Islam. God has called us to serve his purpose. Because the same word, wijahah, which means purpose or direction, Allah said everything will fade away except his wajah, his face, his purpose, his plan. So the sooner you can find your purpose and the plan of God, the more motivated you are, because you know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is making the whole of the creation serve his purpose. So when you begin to come into that understanding that my purpose is in line with God's purpose, then even the difficulties, you see them as being, as they say, when Allah closes one door to you, he opens 1,000 others. All right? So think about it now. You know, some people they get disappointment and loss and have loss. But all that's part that makes you stronger for what you got to do. So the people, we have struggled. We have struggled to get us to understand that if you trust the Word of God and find your purpose in the plan of God, then you should have a role. What do you do to advance God's purpose on this earth? What are you doing? You know, as I said, what are we doing? We're getting up, we say, I'm going to my 9 to 5, I'm going to my JOB. But at what point do you find purpose and meaning when you say you're Muslim? What is your purpose? What is your meaning in the plan of Allah? All right? And not some esoteric brothers and Muslims. Look around you, as we expand the Islamic life here in America. In Allah's plan, we were destined to be here in America. In Allah's plan, we were destined to be here in Philadelphia. In Allah's plan, we were destined to be here at Masjidullah at this time, in this place, this set of circumstances. The question is, how many of us established look, I accept now that all the things that have happened in my life, in my family life, when my parents left from Georgia, South Carolina, and migrated, all this now, I can see a continuum. Everything that happened has brought me to this time. I've been preparing to be a part of this. Why? Because what we're doing right now and what we're about to do has not been seen in the Islamic community for centuries. Where the common people, we have called on you as individuals to give your small means to help dignify the image of Islam in this city. Islam is not dignified by this. I said this over many times. This is not what Islam is. Islam is to be when people travel by the land. They just see the Muslims have come to birth. So we have put before us a challenge. And we said, inshallah, that we want to move from here to our new facility on Washington Lane and Lincoln Pike. Now I know they were doubters because you have no sense of purpose. You happy. But the ones I was speaking to are the men and women in this congregation who, like me, see ourselves with a purpose. To leave behind a legacy of achievement so that our children and their children will understand that they cannot be satisfied living in America with substandard houses of worship and schools. We have to come to understand, we have to understand that Islam did not come to us to let us be second-class Muslims the way we are second-class Americans. Islam came to give us a competitive edge. And without that edge, we would be just people just with no sense, no purpose, no meaning, and in many cases, no real life. Now the question is, how many of us are ready to step up? That's the challenge. I say this, and I say it without hesitation or reservation. When we call you to these things, the blessings, Allah controls that. Opportunity, we are obligated to invite you. Because we never want to say on the day of Yom Kippur, that I didn't know how the importance of what was going on in the city of churches, raising of your name, Allah. Why raise up the name of Allah in the city of Philadelphia? Why? Because we believe that what is mentioned in Scripture of this new life come right here. That's right. And if somebody thinks otherwise, then show me your evidence that that's happening. We have come up stage by stage to come to this day, this time, set of circumstances. And when others wrote us off, we said, no, Allah's purpose and Allah's plan is not to be denied. So here we are today, recognizing that we're at a point where we have taken our small means and moved to a point of just bursting asunder. Because Muslims do not doubt that what we're doing here is a game changer. This is a game changer. It's a game changer, not just in terms of its scope, physical scope, but we are moving away from the culture that says Islam in America got to be a carbon copy of somebody else. All right? We're challenging that. This past Saturday night, the Muslims of CAIR, Council of American Islamic Relations, they gave us a lifetime award, a lifetime achievement award, that's what I want to say. But I made it clear to them then that we appreciate all kinds of people. Always give me all kinds of awards. Maybe not so much you, but other communities that give me awards. But I believe this, and I told them this, and I'll tell you this. We are not in Islam thinking that this is just a one-generational struggle. We recognize something, that we are building institutional life. We're building the life of a Muslim community. We believe that if other communities around the world, men and women, they are no better than us. I mean, the Arabs who follow Prophet Muhammad are no better than us. Because God said, Prophet Muhammad said, "Qul innama ana basharun mithlukum." I'm a human being just like you. But what has been revealed to me that your Lord is one. And any who hopes to meet with his Lord, let him work righteousness. And in the worship of his Lord, and then no one has a partner. This is what he said. Well, look, I'm just like Prophet Muhammad. I have no associate gods. And if we work, and I say this, if we work Salihin, righteousness is a difficult way to translate it. It's work for that which will benefit the human family. Work for that, and God will establish you in the land. Well, we have gotten the Qur'an. We say we follow the Qur'an and the Sunnah, and in the Quran and the Sunnah of Prophet Islam. Others may not agree, but we say we follow Prophet Islam in the 21st century. We're not trying to follow Prophet Muhammad, what he did in Arabia, what he did in Mecca, what he did in Egypt. I want to know, how does Islam look in the 21st century in America? That's our purpose. We know what Islam did in Africa and Asia, but what has it done in America, in the urban centers? I said to you 1,000 times, God said, "La usba bihadha al-balad." You are a free man in this city. All right? You're free in this city. Well, then you got Islam. What have you done in this city? remain on the fringe of the American life. Even with Islam. We're on the fringe before Islam, and we stayed on the fringe with it. No. We are taking Islam and the Muslim community and making us a beacon that people of common means can come together and do something that will dignify all of us. Inshallah, this house that we are taking, let me share something with you. You got to see Allah's hand in this. If you think about Surah Tateen, in Surah Tateen, Allah says, وَالتِّينِ وَالزَّيْتُونِ وَطُورِ سِينِينَ وَهَذَا الْبَلَدِ الْأَمِينِ. Now, I'm sure you give you some signs. The facility that we'll be inhabiting, I know some of you know it as a church. Go back to 1947. It was built to be a synagogue or a temple Sinai. All right? Sinai is the same word in Surah 13, Torah Sinin. And they built it as a recognition of the rise of the Jewish state in Israel. You know that? Most of you didn't know that. And they built it up on the hill. That's a hill. That's a hill. But Torah Sinin. All right? And in time, we know not to give the whole history. Go, you can Google this on the internet. Not anything. I'm going to tell you no secret knowledge. You can go read this for yourself. And in time, they got a big enough congregation and they moved further up Lincoln Pike. Following them came the Church of God in English. They said that in Arabic it would be Masjidullah. It's the same word. But if someone's got so much up in Arabic, everything, we don't know how to translate Arabic into English. That's one of our problems. So now coming behind the Christians, the Jews, they received the covenant of Allah first. God gave them responsibility to have this expansion of the breast for all humanity. Following them, Christians, they had the same covenant to be concerned about the whole human family. And lastly, this covenant was given to the Muslims. Here in America, we have that covenant. We said that, oh Allah, if you will take us out of the rich state we're in, here being oppressed in America, we will be your servant and we will serve all humanity. This was our purpose. This was our soul yearning for this. Here we are now, praise be to Allah. Go say this for yourself. Look at the signs. We now are moving into a facility where we can begin to address the needs. But not just the educational needs, the business needs, the spiritual needs, but deep inside of us, I believe we're going to address our sense of purpose and meaning. You're going to get a whole new sense of power and majesty of Allah working through you when you come up the street and see this now belongs to the Muslim community. To service humanity. I want to keep emphasizing that. We're not going to get big-headed. Allah took people who were considered insignificant. You mean a little insignificant? Me? You say to yourself. I got a text from a brother now. Messed up. It was on Facebook too. Well, one of my former students, brother Khalid Akbar, he works now for, he works in Abu Dhabi. He was so excited when I sent him the picture of it. He says, thank the believers, especially the pioneers, those who helped raise him, for sticking with you. This text, I forwarded it to me if you want to see it. It's a message on text, it's a message on Facebook. And I want to thank the pioneers, because before many of you came, they came. But many of you were afraid to stand under this language. They came. They stood by what we were saying and doing and gave their small means. And I want to thank them publicly today, even though I'm sorry that y'all missed Saturday. I think you would have enjoyed Saturday. I don't know how that happened. What happened again, inshallah, if I'm aware of it. You should have been there. Because I know a lot of us see, we don't give people credence until we are certified by non-African American Muslims. That's sad. Non-African American Muslims say, look, you are imam, you are a scholar, you are a teacher, and now maybe some of you may begin to listen with more credence. And stop looking at my stuttering or my whatever. You gotta listen to what I'm saying. I'm coming to you from the book of God. Find your purpose in the plan of God. And I thank Allah for having believers who came and stuck with us. And now, inshallah, we want you to live. We want you to live at least the first of a multi-phase. Like I said, We got big vision. We're not just looking to have a little place. No, no. We got, stick with us, inshallah, and you'll see. So my brothers and Muslims, my goal was not to keep you here long during the Jummah, because I want to have talk to you after Jummah, inshallah. But, and those who got to go, I understand. Everything is not for everybody. I always believe in it. Besides teaching physics and biology, I understand how life works. Everything that comes into being don't help the plant. Consciously, it helps the plant. Some people help it unconsciously, the living and the dead. Those who are alive help it consciously. Those who are dead serve as fertilizer. You're still helping the plant, trust me. You do not get out of it, one way or the other. I prefer to be alive and conscious, know what I'm doing, than to be dead and unconscious and serve it anyway. Let's ask Allah for forgiveness, and I want to, inshallah, pick up what I want to talk about for the next part of the